Imagine a world where Earth's invisible shield, its magnetic field, suddenly vanished. What would happen to life as we know it? Our planet is constantly bombarded by a stream of charged particles from the sun, known as the solar wind. This invisible wind carries with it the potential for immense energy and disruption, but thankfully Earth's magnetic field acts as a shield, deflecting most of these particles and protecting life as we know it. For billions of years, this magnetic field has played a crucial role in shaping the conditions for life on Earth. It has shielded us from harmful radiation, allowed our atmosphere to thrive, and even guided the migration of animals across continents. But what if this protective shield were to disappear? What would become of our planet and all its inhabitants? Join us on a journey as we explore the hypothetical scenario of Earth losing its magnetic field. We'll delve into the science behind this invisible force, examine the potential consequences for life as we know it, and discover the incredible ways in which humanity might adapt to survive in a world without a magnetic shield. Without the magnetic field, Earth would be exposed to the full brunt of the solar wind. Imagine a constant barrage of high-energy particles, protons and electrons relentlessly bombarding our planet. This relentless assault would have a profound impact on our atmosphere, particularly the ozone layer, which acts as a vital shield against harmful ultraviolet radiation from the sun. The ozone layer high above us absorbs most of the sun's harmful UV rays, protecting life on Earth. But without the magnetic field to deflect the solar wind, the ozone layer would begin to deplete at an alarming rate. Imagine the sun's rays, no longer filtered by this protective layer, reaching the surface with full intensity. This increase in UV radiation would have dire consequences for life on Earth. On a human level, we would experience a dramatic increase in skin cancer rates. The very DNA within our cells would be vulnerable to damage from this increased radiation. But the impact goes far beyond our species. Across the planet, ecosystems would be thrown into disarray. Plants, the foundation of many food chains, would struggle to photosynthesize under the intensified UV radiation. Marine life too would face significant challenges. Phytoplankton, microscopic organisms that form the base of the ocean's food web, are highly sensitive to UV radiation. Their decline would send shockwaves through the entire marine ecosystem, impacting everything from fish populations to the health of coral reefs. The loss of the magnetic field would be like removing a crucial layer of protection from our planet, leaving us exposed to the full fury of the sun. Our technological civilization relies heavily on a delicate balance of electromagnetic forces. Satellites orbiting our planet, power grids spanning continents, and communication systems connecting us all depend on the stability provided by Earth's magnetic field. But without this invisible shield, our technological infrastructure would be left vulnerable to the volatile nature of space weather. Imagine a powerful solar storm, a sudden burst of energy from the sun hitting Earth without the protection of its magnetic field. The consequences would be catastrophic. Satellites, our eyes in the sky, would be bombarded by high-energy particles, potentially frying their sensitive electronics and sending them plummeting back to Earth. Power grids, the arteries of our modern world, would be susceptible to massive overloads. Imagine widespread blackouts plunging cities and entire regions into darkness. Communication systems, the very fabric of our interconnected world, would be disrupted, leaving us cut off from each other at a time when communication would be more critical than ever. The loss of the magnetic field would expose the vulnerability of our technology, reminding us of our dependence on this invisible force for the functioning of our modern world. The northern and southern lights, or auroras, are a breathtaking spectacle, a celestial ballet of light and color that has captivated skywatchers for centuries. These mesmerizing displays occur when charged particles from the solar wind collide with atoms in Earth's atmosphere, primarily near the poles where the magnetic field lines converge. But in a world without a magnetic field, these dazzling displays would no longer be confined to the polar regions. Imagine looking up at the night sky and witnessing auroras dancing across the entire celestial canvas. From the equator to the poles, vibrant hues of green, blue, red, and purple would illuminate the night. While this may sound like a beautiful side effect, it would be a constant reminder of the dramatic changes happening in our planet's atmosphere. The same solar particles responsible for these awe-inspiring light shows would also be stripping away our atmosphere, molecule by molecule. Over time, this process could have devastating consequences for life on Earth. Chapter 4. A Thinning Veil. Earth's Atmosphere in Peril. Our atmosphere, a delicate shroud of gases held in place by Earth's gravity, is essential for life as we know it. It provides the air we breathe, regulates our climate, and protects us from harmful radiation. But without the magnetic field acting as a shield, our atmosphere would be vulnerable to the relentless onslaught of the solar wind. Imagine, if you will, a constant stream of charged particles from the sun, like a sandblaster, gradually stripping away our atmosphere molecule by molecule. This process, known as atmospheric erosion, has already played a significant role in shaping the destiny of other planets in our solar system. Mars, once thought to have had a much thicker atmosphere and potentially even liquid water on its surface, stands as a stark example of what can happen when a planet loses its magnetic field. Over billions of years, the solar wind stripped away much of Mars' atmosphere, leaving it a cold, barren desert. While the process of atmospheric erosion on Earth would take time, perhaps millions or even billions of years, the consequences would be irreversible. As our atmosphere thins, the delicate balance that supports life would be thrown into disarray. Chapter 5. From ice to fire, climate chaos. Our planet's climate is a complex and interconnected system influenced by a delicate balance of factors. One of the most critical factors in maintaining a stable climate is the Earth's atmosphere. It acts like a blanket, trapping heat from the sun and regulating temperatures across the globe, but without the magnetic field to protect it, our atmosphere would slowly erode, leading to dramatic and potentially catastrophic climate change. Imagine a world where temperatures swing to extremes, far beyond what we experience today. Without the atmosphere to regulate the sun's energy, daytime temperatures would soar to scorching levels, hot enough to boil water in some regions. Conversely, nighttime temperatures would plummet to frigid extremes as the heat absorbed during the day rapidly escapes into space. This extreme temperature swing, from boiling hot to freezing cold in a matter of hours, would wreak havoc on ecosystems and make it nearly impossible for many life forms to survive. The loss of our atmosphere would transform Earth's climate from the relatively stable and hospitable environment we know today into a world of unpredictable and extreme weather patterns. Chapter 6. Lost Migrations. Nature's compass goes haywire. For millennia, countless species have relied on Earth's magnetic field for navigation. Birds on epic migrations across continents, whales traversing vast oceans, even insects like bees navigating their local environments all depend on this invisible force to guide their journeys. Imagine a world where this natural compass suddenly disappears. Migratory animals, their internal navigation systems disrupted, would become disoriented and lost. Birds might fly off course, ending up in unfamiliar territories, ill-equipped for their survival. Whales, their long-distance communication disrupted, might lose track of their pods or miss crucial breeding grounds. The loss of the magnetic field would disrupt the delicate balance of the natural world, potentially leading to population declines and even extinctions. It would be a stark reminder of the interconnectedness of life on Earth and the profound impact of this invisible force on the delicate web of life. Chapter 7. A new age of innovation, humanity's fight for survival. The loss of Earth's magnetic field would undoubtedly be a catastrophic event, challenging the very survival of life as we know it. But amidst the challenges, humanity, with its remarkable capacity for innovation and adaptation, would undoubtedly seek ways to survive. Imagine a world where scientists and engineers work tirelessly to develop artificial shielding technologies to protect our satellites and power grids from the onslaught of solar radiation. New materials, capable of deflecting or absorbing harmful radiation, would be essential for protecting our infrastructure and ensuring our continued access to essential technologies. Structures on Earth might be designed with protective layers, incorporating these new materials to block harmful radiation and create safe havens for people. The development of radiation-resistant crops and alternative farming techniques would be crucial for maintaining food security in a world without the natural protection of a magnetic field. In a world without a magnetic field, the surface of Earth would become increasingly hostile to life. The constant bombardment of solar radiation would necessitate a fundamental shift in human habitation and lifestyle. Imagine a world where underground living becomes the norm, offering protection from the harsh conditions above. Vast underground cities, shielded from radiation, could house large populations, providing all the necessities for survival. Farming would need to shift to controlled indoor environments, utilizing artificial lighting and hydroponics to grow crops. The surface, once teeming with life, might become a desolate wasteland, visited only by heavily shielded vehicles and robots. This new way of life would require a complete reimagining of human society, challenging our perceptions of home and forcing us to adapt to a radically different existence. The loss of Earth's magnetic field would serve as a stark reminder of the fragility of our existence and the importance of exploring beyond our home planet. With Earth becoming increasingly inhospitable, the push to colonize other planets or moons would take on a new urgency. Imagine a renewed focus on space exploration, with massive investments in research and development of technologies needed for long-duration space travel, and the establishment of self-sustaining colonies on other celestial bodies. Mars, with its potential for terraforming, might become a prime target for colonization. The search for life beyond Earth would take on new significance as we seek to understand our place in the cosmos and the possibility of finding other habitable worlds. Deep within the heart of our planet lies a churning ball of molten iron, a fiery dynamo that generates Earth's magnetic field. This molten core, constantly in motion, creates electric currents that give rise to the invisible shield that protects us from the ravages of space. But what if this internal dynamo were to grind to a halt? Geological evidence suggests that Mars, once a planet with a molten core and a protective magnetic field, experienced just such a fate. As Mars cooled, its core solidified, causing its magnetic field to weaken and eventually disappear. The exact mechanisms behind the cooling of a planet's core are complex and still not fully understood. However, if Earth's core were to cool and solidify, it would spell disaster for our planet's ability to maintain a protective magnetic field. The loss of this shield would leave us exposed to the full brunt of the solar wind, with dire consequences for life as we know it. Earth's magnetic field is critical for maintaining life and a stable environment. Losing it would transform our planet into a hostile world, much like Mars. The intricate balance that has allowed life to flourish for billions of years would be irrevocably disrupted. While humanity might find ways to adapt, to seek refuge underground or among the stars, the loss of this invisible shield would serve as a profound reminder of our planet's fragility. It would underscore the importance of understanding and protecting the delicate systems that make life on Earth possible. As we gaze out at the cosmos, we should remember that Earth is a rare oasis in the vastness of space, a planet uniquely suited for life as we know it. Let us cherish this pale blue dot, our only home, and strive to preserve the delicate balance that sustains us.